Welcome to Unfiltered Video Diaries Live. I'm bringing it back. I know it's been a minute since you've seen my precious little face on my channel, literally. So much has happened. So, once you see my little bio or my little, what do you call it? My description here, I'm gonna read this to you. I'm gonna be covering these things. So, I'm gonna save myself and take a pic of this as well, so I don't have to worry. Like it says in the description when you look on your end, and I'm gonna read what I put. I put sharing the insider's world of a YouTuber, how to become a creator, learn the secrets of starting your own YouTube channel, and talk about the future of social media and how it changes a young person's stance on life today. So, that's what we're going to be covering on today's Unfiltered Video Diaries Live, which I've been doing for quite some time now, and I'm kind of bringing it back, which is nice because then I can cover like things that like inspire people and to reach untapped territories, literally, which is nice. So, with that being said, we're going to talk about the first little bit here. It says sharing the insider's world of a YouTuber. Now, with that being said, the insider's world of a YouTuber. Okay. I would say for this, like, when you're a YouTuber, you want to share everything. You want to share your innermost thoughts or the things that you're up to, and you want to share your story. I feel like that's something that, like, I've learned over time, which is really, really cool. I love being able to like share my story or share my thoughts on different subject matters, which is something that I personally have grown up to like, you know. And when you think about it, being a YouTuber, you get to see a whole different side of what I'm thinking about. Like, let's say I want to talk about what's inspiring me lately, or what something that people can like learn about nowadays, and really just like talk about that side of life, you know? Like when you're a YouTuber, you learn what it's like to be that type of person. Now, when you're a YouTuber, you want to cover things you don't realize you want to cover. It's about creating a story for yourself, and you want to express your knowledge on different array of subjects, which I am really good at doing. So, I think since digital creation is something that I love and appreciate when it comes to really knowing what I know best with the work that I do on my YouTube channel. So, like, an insider's world of being a YouTuber is like this. So, let's say I get inspired by, and it could be anything. So, let's say I recommend this book. Okay, iPad and iPhone video. Film, edit, and share the Apple way. This has been me over the years. There's a reason why I use my phone as my camera, literally for all my video work. And basically recommend that. I also use my iPad as well when it comes to like editing, or if I see some things that I want for my videos, I can make presentations and put them up. I want to be able to try to do that, but this is something that I've been doing my whole entire YouTube presence, literally. So I do recommend this book for anyone who's starting out in making YouTube videos. And I am going to bring this with me when I bring my studio with me. Now, another Insider's World of a YouTuber thing, I like to go buy books, music, movies, anything that like really inspires me, and I create that content on anything that I want, and I post it. Let's say you're a college YouTuber and you want to share that experience. That's something that you can do as well. Another thing about being inside the world of YouTube is that you find your inspiration, or you want to like create a way to communicate. Like, it's always good to communicate your thoughts on life, being one. Number two, to create content that matters to you. So sometimes I share inspirational things, or I share a different side of that, and maybe I want to figure out my next let's say I want to unearth my untapped potential by talking about anything, and it's something that I live for, being a YouTuber. Like, I've been doing this channel for quite some time now. It goes back to like 2019, this channel. And that's basically pre-pandemic. And I feel like, yes, maybe I've had taken some time off to kind of like figure out what I really wanted to share, and trying to get myself back out there when it comes to my YouTube channel. And I've been doing that. And I've been thinking about that I should really, really, really like put in the energy. If I want to become a YouTuber, I need to actually show that I am a YouTuber. So that's why I'm doing this. Like finding ways to communicate and to find inspiration to talk about subjects that matter to you. That's something that I do very good at, to say the truth. Now, my next thing here is that being a YouTuber is a plus when it comes to like sharing your projects that you want to work on. Like right now, I've been kind of like slow on lately. Like I've been just drawing my little notebook that I have. Just drawing and trying to kind of get back into that a little bit, which is nice. I love that. But then I'm like, I get tired of that, you know? And then there's writing in my one book for creative writing. And I've been doing that. And I love that. Like I love sharing stories or writing stories, you know, or thoughts on things, When you're growing in this YouTube world, it's always good to kind of like find your place in this world a bit. I like sharing myself. on here. And I've been going through a lot in life these days. And I feel like I have been bad about my YouTube channel. Putting life first. And when you're the insider's world of a YouTuber, it's like you're ripping off the Band-Aid and really just talking. And be like, okay, I have to get myself back into my YouTube channel. This is what I want to do. I've been good about all my rest of my social media. Why not YouTube? So I'm getting myself back out there, but slowly. And I think this is a perfect beginning for everything. So I'm happy to be back on and live. Now, when it comes to live, I'm really good at this. I use Google Chrome for my internet. Now, it's always important to have the right internet source to go live when it comes to creating live content. And that's something that we can all benefit from when you learn something about my YouTube channel. I'm always covering different things, from fashion to lifestyle to finding my place in life and sharing that side of my life. I love being able to talk about different things that I feel passionate about and to inspire others. And I love doing that for people. And I've always been that way since day one. I love sharing my story. I love sharing chapters of different subjects that matter to me, which is nice, and I love doing that. So that's really, really cool. Now we're going to go into the next. This is going to also delve into the next part of this section. So that's like the insider's world of a YouTuber, basically, right here. Now we're going to go into the next one. How to become a creator. Okay, so, like I said, about the creator side. Now, how to become a creator. Okay, so, the steps that I take in becoming a creator is I find inspiration first. That's number one. Number two, I like being able to find your social media place. Like if it's Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Tumblr, starting a blog, starting a YouTube channel, starting a fashion line. It could be anything, like from digital creation to arts and heritage and creating different sides of life. I do that, which is nice. Now, how to become a creator? Well, like I said, number one is getting your inspiration. Number two, another thing about how to become a creator is go through Pinterest. And that's a way for me to see what's cool, what's trending, what's fun, what people are into type deal. Because then you feel like, oh, okay, this is what teenagers are into, or oh, adults. Okay, they want to know something about parenting, or if they want to know something about gardening, or maybe animals, or whatever, like, okay, let's do an animal channel. or something of that nature, you know? So that's number two, like finding your social media place, basically. Number three, I like to do this all the time, is to start a journal. Yes, I know, you've seen me in my journals, okay? I literally live and breathe my bullet journal. And today, or I should say earlier this morning when I woke, after I got ready for my day, I was working on my bullet journal, getting it set up for the summer. Yes, I know summer is coming, but I'm not jumping my fence just yet. But I want to be prepared. So, starting a journal is always good to kind of your thoughts and then share everything. And this is I'm using as a roadmap to all things fun, basically. Like this is more like my random everyday book. And since I have an iPad, like this goes along with it, which is nice, and I can just like anything that inspires me or whatever, I have this book and I can actually write my thoughts and do things like that, which is nice. So that's why I have this notebook. And then I also have a bullet journal where I kind of like put all my inspiration for different things, like let's say summer, spring, um, coming up with really neat ideas for projects or whatever, like I want to do. And I put them in there so that way it gets me excited, which is nice. Now, the next thing, I don't know what just happened. I literally just had that pick 2 seconds ago. So, yeah, so that's number four. Number five is to, I think this is usually my last step, usually, in becoming a creator, is share what you know already and start with finding a really cool quote or maybe something that can start it up, which is nice. I love startup things. So let's say you want to be like a freelancer in fashion and freelance creative director in fashion, and you want to share that to the world and you want to like come up with that. Okay, so start a fashion journal and all these different things. Like, come up with things that you know that you want to be and use that as your motto as you do things, as you do projects. Or let's say I want to be a digital creator, which I am because I have a YouTube channel and Instagram. I'm on every single social media practically. And I like to see what's trending and finding what people are into, you know. So, like, my fifth secret in becoming a creator is learning your industry, basically. That's number five. And lastly, number six is hit the record button. And it can be on anything. That record buttons to blog, the first post for your blog or whatever. Or Instagram, first pick for Instagram or whatever. However you're expressing yourself, you're starting somewhere, which is nice. So those are my 6 secrets when it comes to how to become a creator, which is nice. Now, the next thing is learn the secrets of starting your own YouTube channel. Okay, so the secrets of starting a YouTube channel. Okay, so these are my secrets. Now, it's up to you if you want to use them and apply it to your own channels, which I know a lot of YouTubers don't really share their secrets, but I'm going to share mine. So that's what's a little bit different about this video, but yeah. So number one secret for starting a YouTube channel is finding things that you want to talk about on your channel. Number one. So like, let's say you want to find your niche. That's basically finding your niche. When you want to talk about your inspiration, things that you're really into, you're finding your niche. Like what kind of YouTuber you want to become. That's usually number one. Number two is another secret of mine is coming up with content and kind of make a list of everything that you want to put out. So that way you're like not that way you have all your ideas on paper. And then let's do this video positive positive lifestyle things. Oh, maybe this video about greenery and plants. Oh, maybe today I'm gonna do a video on celebrity commentary. Okay, you know, like that's a really good secret, knowing like you want to come to have that list, so that way you know you want to work off of and be like, okay, this is what I want to do for the day for my YouTube channel. You know, I love doing that. Number three, another good secret for starting a YouTube channel is I love doing this all the time, but that's using I like to use finding your editing source and how you want to edit your videos. So I always use iMovie, literally. Like I use my handy dandy gizmo, my phone, or this gizmo right here, my iPad. And I use iMovie on either one of those two, and I put it out on YouTube once I do the editing process, of course. You know, so that's the nice thing about that, is that I'm sharing that side, which is nice, on how to do that secret. So, like, finding your editing source is always important and key when it comes to video making. Another secret about starting your YouTube channel is finding your camera, how you want to film your content. I'm a phone girl. These fancy looking cameras all the time, and I love being able to kind of be like, oh wow, this is cool, you know, which is nice. So I love being able to like do that, which is nice. Sorry, I'm very itchy today. Number Was it 4 or 5? I don't even know what number I'm on, but I'm gonna keep going with this list. Another secret of mine for starting a YouTube channel is how you want to share your content. So, let's say when it comes to starting a YouTube channel, I like to find inspiration, even if it's not from books or maybe Pinterest, because I love being able to use my Pinterest for ideas, or maybe I'm using my journal or things like that. So like I love finding my inspiration, which I was covering that already. Another good secret of mine is, yeah, this is number 6. Okay. Another secret of mine is to learn how to communicate and speak wisely about your subject. So let's say you want to talk about, let's say, becoming a freelancer, let's say, and you want to share that with people, So, like, finding how you want to talk about it is always good too, So, like, I like another secret of mine when it comes to starting a YouTube channel is to, there's also, I love doing like photos. Working with photos is always a good way to create videos. Like if you just have photos and you want to do like photo slideshow, those are always fun. I love doing those. I do a lot of that, if you have noticed on my channel. I don't do enough of the other kind. I know. But I do love photo slideshow vlogs, which is fun. So, like, finding different ways to put out content is always a good way to do it as well. That's number 7. Number 8, another good secret of mine is know your subject as much as you can, so that way you know what you're talking about, literally, so you're not stuttering like I normally would do when you're on here talking about things. Yeah. And then number 10, wait, no, number 9, there's only 10 secrets. Number 9 is doing live content is always good too. So let's say, like I am doing right now, I'm live, as you can see in this little red button, or wherever side it's on, I don't know. But if you see the little time thing right next to the little red live thing, that's where that is. So yeah, which is nice to see, basically. So when it comes to like sharing how that works, that's how that works, which is nice. And then number 10, number 9 is you can do like fun live things, and let's say you want to like do different kinds of live content. That's always fun to do. And then now finally, number 10 is have fun. Just have fun, because that's what I love about YouTube, is that like you can just have fun coming up with really cool stuff to share and just having fun with it. That's what that's my last secret, is to have fun. Now, the next thing I want to cover is talk about the future of social media and how it changes a young person's stance on life today. Now, we all know that everyone has thoughts on this particular side of the entertainment universe, literally. So how so The future of social media and how it changes a young person's stance on life today. For me, like, I feel like being a YouTuber to being an inspiration or being a certain way, like, I feel like the future of social media does change over time when you're starting something and learning about life and people's thoughts on stuff. I know a lot of people attack each other for things that they don't realize is can be public scrutiny when it comes to like talking about certain subjects. And I'm well aware of this. I've seen YouTubers talk in this sense. Like I feel like YouTubers should be like talking about other things, not just the public scrutiny because then it affects their channel. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to like mess with it with the you know what I mean? Like the you don't want to mess with someone else's YouTube channel because someone's gonna be in deep doo doo for their channel being on a certain subject. We don't want to attack people for their thoughts on life or thoughts on the world or thoughts on things that they're passionate about instead of putting them in a place where they don't want to share. They're gonna like hold back. And it's important to be yourself as much as you can. And that's something that this world needs more of. To be yourself, be free spirited, and let go of the reins of holding back. Like I'm all about free speech. Now, I'm not gonna go on a whole tirade on that because I know it's a law. Free speech is always important, and on a young person's stance on life today, the future of social media, you'll have to learn to be yourself. You have to be more open. You have to be more of a creator, more of an expressive person to let people in on your secrets of life, how to do things, becoming who you want to become. People don't realize people can create careers based off of social media. But like not all people have to be that certain creator. There's all different creators out there. Not just on the digital platform, but like there's people who are into fashion, who are into filmmaking, who are into becoming an author or a let's say a retail person or what do you call it? Retail workers. Um you can you know when but when it comes to social media for the younger generation, I kind of feel like people can see us as inspirationalists. Now, if you don't know what that means, probably a word that I just made up just now. But I feel like the future for social social media and how it changes a young person's stance on life today, it changes you. Being on social media can change a person's view on life and be like, oh wow, I can see what this person's up to. I love that side of her. She's really, really cool and very relatable and very, very life changing. She wants to cover things that matter to her. Instead of being attacked for something for your own thoughts, is not the way to do it. You don't want public scrutiny to get in the way of being yourself. You know, being yourself matters, and to really like find your place. It's like all about being yourself. It all comes down to one thing that I think people should do, and that is to really understand your views on becoming the next on becoming who you want to be in life. Like people dream to do big dreams, but yet they don't know how to get there. And I feel like I'm still working on mine, of course. But when it comes to social media, I know my social media career is going to take off. I know that. I've been on YouTube since 2019, and I thank people. I actually thank people for actually supporting me when it comes to my channel, because I didn't know what I was going to do. I wanted to share my last year of college on YouTube because I felt like it's time that I share this side of me. Like I got inspired by, and it's always important to watch YouTubers on different things, and I was like, oh wow, this is really cool. I want to try this out, and that's how I got the idea of becoming into this social media girl that I wanted to be. And I'm like, I can do this, and then it'll inspire other people to start their own YouTube channels. So like the future of social media is always changing. And you know, I feel like being a young person, like I'm like in my 30s, and I feel like people should understand this side of life a little bit. Where what is life like as a 30-year-old, or let's say 32-year-old, I should say. And what is life like at 20? What's life like when you're at a certain place and you want to share that story? There's a lot that goes into this, you know? And it's really cool how people are into these things these days. So, like, learning the side of social media is always a perfect beginning. I do so. I do say so myself. Now, hopefully, this has all inspired you to start out on your own social media careers, and also learning how to become this, how to become your own motivation when it comes to sharing and learning how to step out of your comfort zone and actually like be like, okay, I can do this channel thing. This is always the beginning. There's a beginning to an end, but for me, it will always be the beginning and a refresh. Now, speaking of refreshes, I will be doing a Memorial Day refresh video, and that'll be up. I'm gonna put it together, and I'm gonna be doing it on Memorial Day, so it'll be like a Memorial Day refresh, because this channel really needs some content, so be on the lookout for that. Now, in the meantime, hopefully you all enjoyed this YouTube, social media, becoming creator, inspired video. Love you guys to the moon back, and I'll see you all soon. Love you guys.